B? No, diversion. They're going to separate, extricate themselves. And actually, ThündeR folding back, I mean, that just shows what we were talking about before, those fundamentals. We're not going to get cut off. This could be a whole team rocking up, trying to go for a crash. They're not sure it's GK. They might have an inkling. You can never be sure. Oof. That is in the middle of nowhere, so it should be resable, but still. Kara now turn their attention over towards GK themselves, and Marceau sees the US just too late and immediately is flushed away. Kara lose a player.
For GK, getting up to a 60-point margin would be nice. Set themselves on par with 15th. You know, leave with their head held high. Not the worst of the bunch, or just the worst at the bottom of the table. There's Ed going down. Should be able to get him picked back up again, though. Shot along the way. Like you said, good fundamentals from ThündeR, though. They see a team coming. They fall back. They know they have hard cover to work with, but they also know that Kara is on the other side here. So GK was essentially walking straight into a pincer. It's very well done from ThündeR. Again, if they don't have to do the fighting, they won't.
Will look to try and divert away, try and get extricated if they can. GK, they're up to 2 elims. Are we going to see another GK chicken dinner to close down the day when everybody else definitely needs it more? I mean, I don't know. It's too early to call, and they only have 2 elims so far. But they are in a pretty decent spot near Minas Generalis.
Would be nice. A cool way to finish out the day, at least. Kara, the dreams at first place are dashed. It's only down to 2 players now, and dreams at second place might be looking rough as well, with only 3 points needed to tie even. ThündeR
And then moves forwards. Sighting with a nade in response. Doesn't tag on, but does keep him inside the concrete. A little bit of a bold switch around there to go to the other side. Very exposed, that open wall, but looks for the challenge. Doesn't connect, really. And his teammates now moving up, using that covering fire to establish a little bit more of a forward position. But the nades from ThündeR get to really have an impact. We'll see if that can change. The healing needing to come through as well. The sighting goes very, very low. So does King as well. And Ragnarok does go down. He has been spotted. Sighting got that healing on board, and now he steps in with a shotgun. We'll see if he can find any more, as ThündeR wants to hold behind the corner here. I think he knows about it. Shots raining on through. Ragnarok desperately getting pulled back to his feet. They want to play on his 4.
Sighting as that forward bulwark is basically a shield in their path, but it's Wolves and DX. DX targeting the team, directly chasing. Doran's already down. Paragin's on the sidelines, using the vehicle to get more of an approach on this one. Paragin looks to enter. Coops gets knocked out. North America's dreams are being dashed in front of our eyes.
Dastardly DX Xavier on the hunt here. The Wolves are the target. And now just Igor remains. A nade. Anything would do it. Virtus.pro might be bearing witness to them. But they will put those nades in the building. You've got to imagine that this is going to be done and dusted for the Wolves. With 4 players from DX Xavier, they'll know who they have on their doorstep. They'll know what is at stake here. They will confirm this. In they go. Lambor in first. Nate as well. Hopping around the corner. The Molotov to burn them away. And the Wolves fall. They will not find their spot. NA's dreams burnt to a crisp.
DX now only have one other team to worry about, and is DRX. Alpha 7, though, a great initial nade. Swipes away the shield that has kept the Vanguard strong for ThündeR for so long in sighting. Revo around the side of a nade, sends it over the top. Doesn't get too much damage done. The DBS in hand, we know what a monster this guy can be with it.
You've got Kara, you've got Alpha 7, you've got ThündeR, you've got R8 all in this area blank. It's a battle for the top spots. The podium beckons these teams and they want to fight for it. They're out for blood, and Alpha 7 will be denied. 4th place, not locked in, but they will not be able to ascend towards the top, the more top spots. Let's go with that. Kara going to be trying to change the tune of ThündeR and take that 2nd place back away from them.
King remains on top of the throne there versus Alpha 7. Not to be outdone whatsoever. The nades are starting to flow through, but who's this? It's R8 looking to finish off both the teams in second and third place. The one true king does appear here on our screens. It's R8 looking to finish things out in style.
No usurpers here. R8 looking to reign supreme over this fight between the top dogs of the lobby. The Mad Bulls may have an outside chance here to leapfrog quite far, but they are just to the north of this one, Blank. They're in the similar sort of area. They have to push south as well. Maybe this is their time. Maybe they get a chance to jump up to that podium as well. It would be a real outside chance. I'm also looking at that west edge, Blank. One of the few teams that can jump up. OG has got a 2-2 split going on. It's risky, but against APG, they've been making mistakes. So APG's mistakes can be capitalized on. We'll have to see how it goes as R8 continue to put pressure onto ThundeR.
Yeah, R8 making it look easy right now. The nades flowing through and ThundeR at their wits' end at the moment. But still going strong as Sighting continues to lay out the thunder. And they lay out the red carpet for the one true king. They welcome him into the concrete. And things are certainly going to get hard for R8 now.
A hand extended in greeting to the king. A dagger behind the back, and ThundeR able to slip it between the rib. Perfectly found there on the fight, and R8 are down and out. 154 points, ThundeR could chase, but the Mad Bulls might look to stop it here and now, dead in its tracks.
It's a tough chase indeed. 7 additional points needed from a duo there. Not easy to achieve with Mad Bulls and E-Arena waiting in the wings, but what a hold from ThundeR. You got to give it to him there. GS taking shots over towards Ulf, but it's Regnum Kaya with Zed Wolf finding a lovely mini 14 shot over towards Kaikse. This is DRX who desperately wants those points to catch up, but it's 10 points now and starting to get away from them with DX in the lead on 7th.
And 109 points. I don't know who had that on the over-under. It can only go up from here, and DX Xavier on that southwest side. They do need to move, actually, Blank, and they have to go through open ground. Could be interesting. Mad Bulls in and amongst the ThundeR players now. 3 teams have tried to take ThundeR out from this compound, Blank. Might be up to 4 now. There's AJ once more. No, he's going to get taken down in response, and now it is all up to Sighting. Maybe he moves forwards, maybe he looks for the flush, steps in through the door frame. On the outside, the garage door open for him. Pusher, nade around the corner, and that will be the end of ThundeR's run. 147, lock it in. As Kara now maybe soon for it too. But the nades from E-Arena trying to take down these top 5 spots. Mad Bull's not out of danger.
It's been an incredible amount of firepower been sent over towards these concretes. Everyone wants a hand at it. And Mad Bulls now have to be the one to hold on. But the resilience from ThundeR was something legendary there. Extremely cool to see. How can Mad Bulls be the one to hold on strong to this position? Sakura gets up on high. Joker takes an outside position. Good high air burst on that nade, though.
Does about half HP damage. They're going to have to leave the concretes now. No more fighting in them in about a minute or so because they have to kind of push south. Look at the hold currently for OG. DX Xavier sent so many teams committed to this north side, Blank. It has allowed DX Xavier to move through a more open ground than maybe they would have expected.
I couldn't quite believe they made that push in the first place. Nice nade from Flip.
Ooh.
Pushes out wide. Will take down Sakura and a good amount of damage over towards Turney K. Now looks to send one in a similar direction. Won't quite make it past the wall, though. Obscured by the smoke.
On the corner, turns it, and will be able to find the shot.
Okay.
The shot down to the rooftop as well. Lemon is on the hunt. He's squeezing him. And it is going to be E-Arena getting shut out of this one. No way did Lemon make that dash. He is unscathed as well on the outskirts there. But the blue zone, it pushes. They need to move fast, and they need to make a decision quickly.
A truly bitter, sweet lemon end there for E-Arena. A 1v4. Didn't want to wait for the rest of the team to tie their shoelaces. He just got on with it. DX Xavier holding this position. It's not a bad spot at all. Playing the ditch. is slightly nadeable, but there's only really one player off in the distance there, and it is Kara Lewis, who is a solo. The Mad Bulls will be happy with that. What a way to finish things out there for Lemon.
APG moving in towards Virtus Pro. Aragon overwhelmed. A nade from Malloy to get some retribution. Top goes down, has to crawl around the corner. Milky Way approaching with the pump action around the corner. Spots the run out, but he's confused. Doesn't know who to aim for there. And now it's up to Malloy. He's good for it, though. He's found two already. The knock on the nade to has started off, and he looks for more, but no. Just at the final turn, Reefus stays alive, but in comes a player from OG, but in comes the rest of the entire squad for Regnum Kaya. They're looking to tear this one apart, and they do it successfully. I mean, they didn't even really need to. I think that one was taken away by OG. APG are eliminated. They will be locked in down at 12th. What more can Regnum Kaya do? They made a huge commit going out there.
I think for OG, it's a nice time to make a flex out. They have been holding on this northwest side, taking a 2-2 split, trying to confirm as much area as possible. We're down to 8 teams now. OG looking to finish out the tournament strong. 92 points in 10th place. Regnum Kaya chasing that position.
9th place, I think, is now out of reach for Regnum Kaya. Mathematically, with 22 points that they could earn on elims, they would get a 32-point game. Oh, no, it isn't. It's just within reach. They would squeak through by the skin of their teeth. They could get up to 113, I believe, maximum, which is really quite saying something. That relies on them getting every single remaining elim in the lobby, though. So as soon as I think it's 4 more elims get out of the way, now are going to be locked out entirely. However, in the meantime, we'll refocus to the teams chasing. DRX wanting to try and put themselves over the top, but DXavier holding in their divot for so long. The Mad Bulls probably going to look to try and take them out of it.
OG been able to hold like 2 of the most profitable compounds this entire match is quite amusing. Not really taking too many shots yet. They had a look in over towards Regnum Kaya's position, but were quickly backed off as the rest of the team started to regroup there. And as a duo, a smart choice to make. Mad Bulls now up against DXavier, looking to profit more and hold on to this 7th place. They're already in placement point territory as well. So for DXavier, they realistically need 5 more points in the game. And Nate starts out strong with a good spray down over towards Pusher in the background.
Desperately want that confirmed as well. Remember, the placement points have started to kick in as well, which means the DXavier, I think they're guaranteed 2 placement points right now at least. So their score is in effect 112. It's going to make things all the harder for teams to catch up if they can confirm that point, but no, I don't think they're going to be able to. That res looks like it's coming through for the Mad Bulls. Flip up on high, eats the air burst, but the off angle is good. Oh wait, that came from Flip. The knock over onto Lambo. He's going for the sprays. He's still peeking them.
Very nice. These air bursts just aren't quite reaching. You can see the intention coming through from DXavier. They'd rather reset this one though, disengage, get Lambo back up on his feet before they go again. They understand that Mad Bulls need to push in, but Tunica takes this moment whilst that res is going through to push up towards the wall side.
Nate hops around. They can't quite find it. Can't really move away from the wall on either front. And they have to just go for these bunny hop shots. All the while, it's actually Regnum Kaya who are rolling on in for the third party onto this backstop fight for DXavier. They're trying to draw their opponent short. And now DXavier down to 2. Just Nate on the inside and Levi's on the out. Needs to stay alive for the team. If they go down here, I think they're going to lock it in at 112 on 7th place. That's achievable for 2 teams at least behind them.
That's an AT down. Levi's still up, but like you say, this is not looking good now for DXavier with the chase being on, with DRX down towards the southwest side on 4 players. With a good chance into this game. Haven't really stepped up too much to the plate so far for DRX with 0 eliminations. Waiting on this next shift, and OG has quite a lot of ground to play around with, so they win basically every single northwest shift in terms of having a strong position.
All these teams chasing want DXavier to go down next. Placement points do add up, Blank, and it will be that little shift, those 1-point differences that really make the difference here. As on 112, it's catchable. On 113, that's a different story. I'm thinking specifically about OG here, though. They haven't chimed in so far. I think the Mad Bulls are looking to shut Levi's down. No. Over the ridgeline. A nade, a shot, anything. It's all they need to find. But Rectum Kaya suppressing this ridgeline. Pretty brutal stuff. Next circle, just around the corner too.
We'll see where it pops. Yeah, and OG holds a lot of space on the map. Basically a southeast shift that's going to cause problems for them. That does cut out 2 compounds for them, but they have anchors. It's playable. Map Bulls will find Levi's.
And that
now
draws
we're cutting it out at 112.
That boundary is so within reach for DRX, even for OG as well. But DRX are on the outside. They have a much tougher time moving through the open ground before them. There's really not a good option. I just wonder how long this split can hold for OG, though. Will they be able to make a miracle happen?
The problem is that there's not a lot of angles that are looking over towards OG. And I think for quite a few teams, they're still going to just get a pretty free approach from this north side. So decent endgame here possible for OG. They're still deciding on where they want to play next. Navaru scouting out off in the distance. No sightlines over towards him. DRX are going to make the push over this way, though. Immediately spotting over towards Aru.
He hits the deck, going down, and he will get knocked. Is there an answer? Is there anything in response? No, the Groza doesn't connect fully. It's done a lot of damage, but that's not enough. A nade over the top from a tanky. As where is the third parties? I'm watching, I'm waiting for it. But Rectum Kaya holds strong. They back it off, and now OG spotted. Oh no, Zedwolf finds the shutdown, and OG's dreams are dying on this hilltop. They will not be able to make it off successfully. Not unscathed anyway, as Widgod tries to send down in the party bus. One player now standing for OG, and DRX looking to try and take that 7th place with the points added to their tally, but they only got 2 for this push, as AKOP, the last to fade, and they will be out, done and dusted. DRX now with it all to do.
OG disappearing in front of our eyes there versus DRX. Even the P90 not able to save them. DRX, 3 teams remaining. This is a big moment for South Korea. They instantaneously split across the field, looking to take up all the positions that OG left behind.
And this is a real bittersweet potential victory here for Rectum Kaya if they can find it. It won't be enough. They don't have the points margins. The differences just don't sit there. No more elimination points they can get. They put them over that 7th place as it sits. 102 right now. DRX need 10 more points. Just getting the chicken dinner would be enough. Any elimination gets them 1 step closer. A knock, a nade, and Mad Bulls may be taken out of the fight as well.
Wild will finish off 1 there. DRX have a fair bit of utility to work with. 15 nades in the hands of Rectum Kaya is a pretty mighty backpack on their side. Now Mad Bulls down to just 2 players. DRX, it is the battle between the south and the north here. Rectum Kaya begging for a southern shift, or even a central one would support them.
Ooh. Well, there it is. They have managed to get it, and DRX have to move. They have to find something here. Hops out of the vehicle, uses it as cover. They're getting backed off, and the backlines are supporting this push forwards. But how far can they even go here? The off angles for Rectum Kaya, they're playing this like they play their river split, playing off one another. And the angles finally starting to come together for them. It's too late for them, but they might be able to ruin DRX's approach.
DRX were on 103. They needed 112 plus to take this game. Not only that, they wouldn't win the tiebreaker, I don't believe. They need 113 on this game, which is the chicken dinner, essentially.
I think at the moment, I think DRX do win the tiebreaker actually against DX Xavier. They have more placement points. Oh no, it's the other way around. I was looking at the wrong column. You're right. They need to go clear, and they're on 102 right now, blank. So they need 11 more points. 1 elim in the chicken dinner. That's what they need to find. They can stay out of it until then.
So they could do it. Technically, no, they can't. They actually can't even do it if they get second
they'd
place.
they'd win it on a chicken dinner because the tiebreaker would be one because they get 2 chicken dinners rather than 1.
Yeah, but if they got the chicken dinner, they'd be over the cap anyway.
No, if they went down and everybody else denied the points, for instance, they would get 10 points flat, and they would be on a tiebreaker. But that's we're getting into some real hypothetical ground here for DRX as they need to make it a reality. And I think that's going to involve taking a shot or 2 at their opponents. As Regnum Kai, you have to fend off 2 fronts.
Silas, vigilant over towards the northeast side, knows there's players there. Loxy moves out on a very, very long angle. Nade not quite far enough. Tunica will move with the blue. Good movements there coming through from them. Silas got a little bit of a shot in, but it's not quite good enough. They want to clear out this angle on the eastern side so they can start to focus over towards DRX. But that's a big nade. Zedwolf has to immediately send across, but it looks like he's just going to regroup with the rest of the team.
With the time that you have, or rather don't.
Okay.
That's going to be huge. And that movement was spotted. DRX moving in. They're making their move now for their 7th place spot. And they're not finding it blank. It's all falling down. It's all coming.
No way!
Ash in their mouth. But Kaise stays alive. Regnum Kaya, they're getting shut down. Wild now, the player underneath the bridge, needs to stay alive. And Mad Bulls have a shot to take it all away from them. They still have a player out in the open. And with 2, they can make it work. But Wild's still going. He's still trucking. The healing went through. And Kaise falls. 1 player now for DRX to stay alive.
1 player versus the world. Tunica is down. For DRX, QXC has to put on a performance like no other. He's 1 HP in the meantime. 1 more shot, but a great headshot comes back his way. Hiding behind the bush, and it won't happen as Zedwolf manages to thread the needle. And Regnum Kaya will take the chicken dinner, and DRX do not make it. DX Xavier, hold on.